Okay, today is Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. I call the village board meeting order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Zarnik? Here. Trustee Frankie?
Here.
Trustee Listener?
Here.
Trustee Prochnow? Here. Trustee Schmidt?
Here. We do have a quorum tonight. Trustee Feichter is working hard for the village. He's over in Bulgaria, meeting with our friendship community, not a sister city yet, but a friendship community. So we appreciate him over there. Continue to build that partnership and relationship with Bulgaria, and we're excited about that. We move on now so we do have a quorum still. We move on to the Pledge of Allegiance invocations. Tonight we have the invocation from Pastor Nogata from the Village Point Church. See, I'm getting it right, Pastor. I've now gotten over the new name, so I'm good. So, Pastor, if you want, please come on down. Please, everyone, please stand.
Let's pray. Creator God, thank you for the gift of life. We acknowledge your power and your utter control over the universe. Though things around us are uncertain and constantly changing, those seasons come and go, you are always constant and you remain faithful in every season. Now, Lord, I pray for tonight's meeting. I pray that there will be unity instead of division, peace instead of disorder, trust instead of doubt, and hope instead of despair. I pray that you would give Mayor Johnson and the trustees wisdom, compassion, and courage to lead Elk Grove Village with integrity, seeking not their own interests and personal agendas, but by putting the needs of our community first. Finally, I pray that all of us in this room will recognize our need for more of you and less of ourselves. God, may your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen.
Amen. Flags to my right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Hang on a second, Pastor. Hey, Ray. Where's Ray? I don't have a mask. Do we have any spares down here? Or can someone?
Yeah, there's some right next to the podium.
Oh, great.
Right over here.
Oh, right by the podium? Oh, good.
I keep them there just in case for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure I don't break the rules.
You know how to work it?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Pastor, thank you again for being here.
Absolutely.
By the way, Pastor Nogata and his church is phenomenal. Does a great job. He brings enthusiasm, a spark. I'm serious. I want to thank you for all you're doing for the community, your enthusiasm for everything you do, and how much you care about Elk Grove. I can't thank you enough, my friend. Appreciate it. And because of that, I'm going to give you a lot. Got to save some for Microphone Brewery, but we still got plenty for them. But I'm serious. You are doing great jobs. I hear about it all the time,
Thanks.
and I can't thank you enough for what you do for Elk Grove.
Thank you.
So
Yep.
appreciate it.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
The church is like being reinvigorated and everything, so it's nice to see that. I want to have a chance to thank the pastor. Okay, we move on to the approval of the minutes of September 14th, 2021.
I move that we approve the minutes of September 14th, 2021, and dispense with the reading.
Second. We have a motion by trustee Zarnik, a second by trustee Listener. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record show unanimous approval. Move on now to Mayor's and Board of Trustees report tonight. Obviously, the first news we can talk about very briefly is the President of the United States is not coming to Elk Grove tomorrow. Yes, they had reached out to us, I believe Friday night. Chief Walsh got calls from Secret Service that the president was looking to come to Elk Grove's Tech Park, and to say we're excited would be an understatement. To figure the most powerful man in the world is coming to your community and talking about things that we are doing here in Elk Grove is quite an honor and quite a privilege. And we're looking forward to it. I know Chief Michael and Chief Walsh were very busy. And where's Kobe? Kobe and his crew with Public Works are all busy making sure we can partner with them to make sure it's good and safe. And a lot of hours were put in already, huh, Chief Walsh? and all over the weekend and set to go. But hey, it was still an honor, and we offer the invitation of President anytime. Elk Grove would love to have him, and we understand other business takes precedent at times, like it is for him. And but we do thank him for considering Elk Grove and being part of what we call our very big pride and joy right now, which is a tech park that's doing so well. On September 16th, most of us went to the Love's ribbon cutting. If you remember, Love's Fueling Station came here because of one reason only, the Bahamas Bowl. Chad, who was development guy for Love's, was in Oklahoma City, huge college fan, watching the game, kept seeing Elk Grove Village, Makers wanted, Googled, checked, did all that, and we're just what the prototype station wanted to find, and they came, they're here, and I've been saying this a long time, this can generate close to $1 million a year in tax revenue to this village, and it's a 20-year lease. Added up $20 million. We couldn't ask for better than that. And it's a beautiful facility. If you get a chance, go by there. They've got Godfather's Pizza, and what's the chicken? Chester's Chicken. I think, Trustee Schmidt, you had a chicken sandwich? How was it?
I sure did. It was delicious.
And they swear by the pizza. I haven't had it yet. So, hey, it's not just gas. Go get gas, pick yourself a pizza, bring home, or some chicken sandwiches. So we're glad Love's has chosen to be here. We're glad to open moving, and we're excited about that. I won't talk too much about Frankie Fest, or as most of us would like to call it, Oktoberfest. We know it's Frankie Fest. We'll let Trustee Frankie talk about that. But it was a huge, huge, huge success. And we're very excited about it. And a lot of hard work by staff, members, and everyone, but turned out great. We appreciate the volunteers. Also on the 18th, Kenneth Young Center had a Remember to Recover Discover Day for people with addiction problems. And of course, Elk Grove Cares was there. Chief Walsh was there, Chief Michael there, and they really worked well with us, Kenneth Young, and partnering together. And we appreciate Daryl Pass, a former addict himself, who is instrumental in helping people. So again, our Elk Grove Cares program, we just got a $104,000 grant from the state to help us in funding. If you have a problem or know someone with a problem, bring them in. We'll help. We got to pick them up, we'll pick them up. But get them the help they need. We'll be there with them from start to finish. Well, it never finishes. But Daz Rafferty does a phenomenal job. And now our new deputy chief, Dan Burke, he will be taking that over now. So we're going to keep going strong. It's exciting for that. I won't talk about the parade that just occurred. I'll let Trustee Zarnik talk that, but another great one. Good crowds turned out, and very exciting. Also had a chance to interview with District 214, did a tape interview that they're going to be playing, talking about their manufacturing career pathway they have at Elk Grove High School. So we're excited about that. Remember, we contribute $100,000 a year. We made a 5-year commitment to make sure these young people can go, that want to go in the field of manufacturing, have that opportunity, go out there, train. And remember, these folks make 6-figure salaries when they get in that field. So you can live very nicely in Elk Grove and anywhere with that kind of money. COVID update. I think our number today was 16. 16 people at Lexington Brothers. We've been averaging anywhere from 8 to now 16 is probably the highest we had in a couple weeks. So well in control here. We're still being careful. That's why we have masks. We're distance up here. But the numbers we've not seen spikes, whether it's from community events or not. It's been now, 4 or 5 days since Oktoberfest. I haven't seen any kind of spike coming up, but I'll do it. Again, I've said this since last January, vaccinate, 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 and now booster, booster, booster. Matter of fact, I'm getting my booster shot next week. So it'll be almost exactly 8 months, I'll be getting mine. However, I respect people's right to choose. I'm not going to debate that issue. I'm just telling you what my personal feeling is and what I'm doing for myself. So that'll be happening there. Dollar Tree. We had mentioned Dollar Tree was looking to come to Elk Grove at the town center. They're there. They're working. They're starting to develop a place. So soon Dollar Tree will be opening up in the town center shopping area. So we're excited about that. We're going to have a couple presentations in just a second, but with board's indulgence, I want to do something that is somewhat overdue, but I'm gonna do it now. Chief Walsh, come on down and join us for a second. Anyone that was watching the board meeting 2 weeks ago, we had a former wrestler I sworn as a police officer. So I want to thank you for years of service. And no, actually tonight is honor that we're here to present something special for the chief. How the heck does this come? How they detach? Oh, it's screwed? Okay. Anyways, what we're gonna be doing tonight is Chief Walsh, as you notice, wears 3 stars on his chief shirt there, which is normally the stars that are given to a newer police chief and all that. Chief Walsh has now been our chief for how long now has it been?
25 years, yeah, 26.
5 years in November.
Yeah, so 5 years he's been our chief. He's actually in his 4th decade in Elk Grove. He's in his 31st year as police officer. And we have been watching very closely the work you do, the commitment you have for this community, and it just, you can't tell me this. Twist these things. What do you do? I'm trying to get the thing on.
Lots of faith.
Get the stars off.
Hang on.
Did Schmidt give you these?
Yes, Mr. Schmidt gave me these.
Here, I'll do it.
Wait, no, he's getting it. He got it. He got it. Thank you. So anyways,
He's coming up there anyway.
we've been watching what Chuck has been doing as chief,
No, go
And I've worked with the
congratulate him if
guys.
you want to.
how he's worked with other departments and all that. And take off your mask, we're vaccinated. He's worked with other departments and all that, and he has really done a phenomenal job. He had big shoes to fill with Chief Schmidt's spot, who was chief for a long time. He's actually the first chief I appointed. And Chuck, you've done an absolute phenomenal job. And I'll give you an example today. He got a call at 5 to 5 on Friday from the Secret Service, telling him that the president is going to be coming in. He was out at Microsoft location almost instantly. I ran into him on Saturday out there. On Sunday, I just missed him out there. He was getting phone calls and texts at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning from the Secret Service. Not just one person to work with. They have someone assigned for every little thing. One guy for light, one guy for corners. And he's on it. But what's amazing was when the Secret Service called today to cancel the president for tomorrow, they said they very seldom, if ever, get to work with quality department like they did with Elk Grove's Police Department. That speaks volumes for what job Chuck has been doing. Remember, the guy at the top is the one that's always held responsible, the good and the bad. And I've heard that from a number of different departments and people and groups and businesses and individual residents over the years. And that's why I think, Chuck, it's time you join the ranks, what I see on TV all the time. And I always tease Chuck about stars because, actually, I've seen a couple 5-star. I won't go that far, but 4 stars seems to be truly the designation for the finest people that serve as police chief. So tonight, it gives me great honor on behalf of the Board of Trustees, myself, and this community to finally get you where you belong, Chuck, and that is up in the ranks of the 4-star. Now, hopefully, we treat Chuck better than they treated the 4-star general today in Washington that was going through the grilling. So I'm not worried about Chuck going through that. So I know, well, I know normally they have wives come, but we wanted this to truly be a surprise to you.
It was.
So,
It is.
I'll try not to stab you like an F troop. But hang on, we'll get that in there. You can rearrange them on your own. So we'll get these put on here for you, Chuck, but just put these on. These are push ones. But congratulations, well deserved. Okay, if you want to take off the other one.
Yeah, I'll just do the one. then.
No, no,
Yeah,
we're gonna do
all right,
both.
All right.
Do it right. Here, we can get this.
These are these other ones,
Yeah, it is. Hang on. Don't ask me.
Usually there's a
Who was it, Garrison? Garrison gone. Oh, he's probably telling you
yeah,
something.
Yeah, no.
Can't get Bear with us.
How'd you get him on? Just pull, just squeeze and pull. That's what I thought, you squeeze.
There you go. Don't worry. These are easy to work with.
There you go, there you got it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steve. See, once a chief, always a chief. Remembers how to do all that. Wait a minute. You got gold ones? Why you got, what, you lose one?
Oh, yeah, that's, they fall off.
Gold, now you got silver. All right, Chuck. See, my surprise was actually going to be I was going to have the President of the United States do this tomorrow when he was here. But I'm sure he's going to have too much, it would have been too much pressure. That's why he canceled. Only the mayor can do a good job like that. Hang on one more, I don't stab you.
Thank you, Mayor, appreciate it.
Oh, he did it. Hang on. That's okay. Say a few words, Chuck. I know, not expected, so that's
Yeah,
good.
truly a surprise. Thank you, Mayor and Village Board. I kind of accept this star, not just on my behalf, but the men and women of the Elk Grove Village Police Department. They do make my job easy to do it. We have top-notch officers that work in our department, great staff. So on their behalf, I'll accept this, and I thank you very much. Got a great community, and again, I'm honored and almost speechless, so thank you very much.
Hang on a second. Shee, you want to say something? You got to remember, he really worked up through the ranks through, most time, through Schmitty's tutelage as the chief. There's your old ones there, good. So, you know, and I remember the day I gave,
Yeah.
Steve was our first four-star chief.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Fritz never got it, or before him, and Steve did a great job too, and innovation all that way and stuff, and that's why I've been kind of watching and waiting, because I want to put some credence behind longevity too, and that's why back in April, would have been, April this year was 30th year of Chuck being a police officer, so I thought, okay, he's in his fourth decade and stuff like that, but, you know, every time I watch TV, you know, how I can be very anal sometimes, I would always look and see how many stars the Chiefs would have on, and that, you know, and I kind of felt that our chief deserved to be one of them with the 4 stars. And I just, so you know, like I told Steve, no 5-star. We don't have 5-star generals, and but
I'll
you choose-
I'll take 4 and some chocolate, to be honest
Oh,
with
we'll
you.
get to that. So, but again, Chuck,
Thank you.
thank you, because Elk Grove's a better community because of the work you do, and with the Secret Service, we work with police all over the world to give credence and compliments to your department. Speaks volumes of the job you've done. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
And tell your wife I was not trying to avoid her being. I just want to truly make it a total surprise for you.
Yeah,
And,
I'm sure she's going out shopping now, thinking the 4-star means something for her.
Oh yeah, you can melt it down and get it. That's for you, my friend.
Thank you, Mayor.
Again,
Appreciate
Chuck,
it.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Way to go.
Thanks, Board.
Give my hand. The other thing I wanted to do too was I figured if the president was here tomorrow, I want to make sure he knew our chief was as good as all the other chiefs out there. So, you know, I want to make sure you had 4 for that. So with that, I'll go back down. Marge, would you want to come on down? Pastor, you want to come on down? And Mike from Microphone Brewery, come on down. Nancy, why don't you join us? People, we've met Mike before from our Microphone Brewery over there on Garlish. He's been part of our community now for a number of years, and he's actually done a phenomenal job. He does events during the year, and he raises money for different community projects here in Elk Grove. And it's very generous of him. We appreciate all that, and you're thinking of Elk Grove. It means the world to us. So tonight, because he couldn't have his normal event last year because of COVID, he decided to do a different event this year, a block party here in Elk Grove by his place. And he wanted to designate a charity that he raised money for. So Nancy, why don't you talk about what was raised, and Marge, and why Pastor's here? Pastor, good to see you.
Community events has, our community department has always managed and helped through our respite program. And it's been going on for how many years now? 11 years. We still need it to grow. It's really a wonderful program, and I'm going to let Marge tell you about it.
Well, it's called A Caring Place. You have caring in your way, we have caring in our way. And what we do is we give the caregivers of people who have either, most of them have dementia or Alzheimer's. Some of them don't have that, but they have other reasons that they come. And we give them things that try to generate some activity in their brain, get them doing things that maybe they wouldn't do at home, and gives the caregiver a break. That's the main thing. The things that we do are play games and have activities that they enjoy, whether it's we exercise, we have some crafts and things like that. But we try to keep it very reasonable, because we know that these people could be going into a nursing home, so they're trying to scrimp and save every penny that they can get. So we make it very reasonable. Because of the pandemic, we have not gotten back to our hours that we had before. We used to be in session from 9:30 until 3, and it's $25 a day, which is very reasonable when you look at other places that you can go. We now have started up, and we're half a day, and we charge $15 from 9:30 in the morning till noon. And we have openings if anybody knows anybody that needs some help. It's over at Christus Victor Lutheran Church, right on Arlington Heights Road, across from the movie theater. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Pastor, do you want to, Pastor Petrusnik from the Christus Victor Church?
Yeah, I just want to be very brief. I want to thank Marge and her whole team who is running the program, and we are growing the program. It will be more hours and more days, and we are super grateful for Elk Grove, for the mayor who came when we had an open day and knows what we are doing, for all your support, and we are glad to serve the community. So I want to just echo what Marge Hart said. If you know somebody in the community is looking for a quality program, check us out. We are here to serve the community, and we are super grateful for all your support. Thank you.
Mike, come on down. So Mike, like I say, wants to give back to the community, wants to help, and what a better way to give some back than to this fine thing. And he's helped other groups before. So, Mike, why don't you talk a little bit about how you're doing, how the business is going?
Yeah.
And then we'll also make sure we get that check for presentation.
I think it was day one that you came out to the brewery. You said, "Oh, you can do something for charity? Let's do it." And I think since that time, it's been kind of ingrained in both of us just to kind of figure out events that we can do to kind of give back to the community, be it from day one when we helped get the elevator. And this year, actually last year, we were supposed to have one of the biggest fests we would ever have. We're going to do it at the Green. We're going to have 2,000 people come. We were hoping to raise, $60,000, and COVID kind of derailed all those plans. But we still were able to do 2 different events last year, which we donated some money at $10,000 to Wings and $16,000 to Kenneth Young to give back to them. And after seeing Mayor at the COVID clinic, shot clinic, he said, as soon as we're vaccinated, let's get back to this stuff. And we want to kind of baby step into it, so we thought about doing an outdoor event, a family-friendly event to kind of just bring some cheer and positivity back into our daily lives, and also find a way that we can give back to the community. So we did a 90s themed block party. We had a bounce house and a dunk tank and some beers out in the front area there. And obviously, thank you so much to the village for helping us kind of organize this thing, get security there, porta potties there, and go off without a hitch. And for the first time in Microphone's history of having an event in Elk Grove, the weather was good.
No snow?
We've had snow and sleet and rain with all the other ones. So this is the first time I actually had beautiful sunshine. It was a great day. I got in the dunk tank. My kids got in the dunk tank. My staff did. So at the end of the day, we were able to raise just a little under $4,300. So we're super happy. It's, again, we're baby stepping back into these events. We didn't want to have too many people there. We wanted to kind of do it manageable during COVID and just see what we could do to kick back. So
That's great. And we're going to have back at Rotary Green soon.
let's do it.
It'll be next spring again.
Yep.
So we hope to have that going and hopefully get the big group. Raise 60,000 is our goal.
Yep.
And hopefully that goes well. So we're looking forward to that. Why don't we go down here and get a picture? If you guys are comfortable, if you're vaccinated, all this, you can take your mask off for the picture. Not a problem. And get your boosters.
Those are you guys.
They're coming.
There's a real one that comes with it too.
Come on down. Mike, come on down here. Why don't you get you guys, I'm gonna pass it, come on, get on in there. Nancy, go on in there. Go on, Nancy, you're on part of it. They're not too high.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're very blessed.
And Mike, we'll get this in the newsletter next time. Again, your address on Garlish is?
121 Garlish Drive.
120.
Actually, we now have 117, 121, 123. We
They're
bought
expanding.
the building this year, so.
Congratulations on that
Thank
too.
you.
They're expanding. Remember, you go on by, try different beers. They're available all the time. Go on and have a good time. It's a great place to be. And here's the best part. Hang on. Then about. So we're good. Oh, great. We gotta get the real one.
There's the real one.
Oh, the real one.
There you go, Mike. Hang on. Take some of these back. And let me show you something. Remember, when I was a kid, people always say, "Oh, the guy drinks a lot of beer. Look at his beer belly. Look at the shape Mike's in."
yeah,
And so
we're working
you don't
on
have to worry about beer bellies. His beer, you don't have to worry about beer bellies, so you're safe. Go
I
ahead.
got a 15-mile ride in Busty Woods this morning. so
See?
it
There
worked.
you go.
I'm gonna have to use these in a beer next time.
Really?
Don't
we
tell
should.
them that.
Hey, we're up for it. If you do it, let us know. We'll do it. Marge, here you go. Great job as always.
Thank you.
Lot.
All right.
Pastor, of course. Always, thank you. Nancy gets one.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again, folks. Give him another hand. Jane, you want to come on down? Jane Gregg is coming down and talk about something that's near and dear to us. We couldn't do it last year, but the first year was special. And Chief, I got to tell you, standing up here watching, that looks good. Looks impressive. So Jane's going to talk about something we did 2 years ago for the first time. It's going to happen again. So Jane, I'll open up to you.
Thank you. You know, I'm really proud of being American. Can I just say that? It's
Yes, you
wonderful
can.
to be part of a representative government like we have, and it's really a privilege to be here. So I want to talk to you about Wreaths Across America. As the mayor said, we did this 2 years ago. Last year, actually, we did lay wreaths, but we couldn't have a ceremony. And so I just want to talk to you really briefly. I just want to describe the program, and then I have some things already to thank you for because you already have been supporting us. And then I have a couple of really small things to ask you. And then I want to tell you just briefly about some ongoing work at the cemetery. And then I have some fun things. So I should probably introduce myself. I'm Jane Grega, and I'm the regent of the Eli Skinner chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. I forgot to say that to begin with. And our chapter actually is named after a Revolutionary War patriot who is buried in our cemetery. There is another Revolutionary War patriot, Aaron Miner, and they are the only two Revolutionary War veterans buried in Cook County, which is pretty impressive. So for Wreaths Across America, this is a national event, and just Wreaths Across America Day is December 18th. It's a Saturday, and we're going to have our ceremony at 10 a.m. So that's the date and the time. And what we will do is we are going to have a wonderful time celebrating with great thankfulness what veterans have done for us. And you know, around the holidays, this is when people are thinking about their families. It's a good time to think about those that have made sacrifices for you so you can celebrate. So that's why we do it. We're not asking the village for any money for the wreaths. People can go online to wreathsacrossamerica.org and you can search for our location, and then you can donate wreaths. The wreaths are $15 each. We have about 35 veterans and first responders buried in our cemetery. So we don't really need a lot of wreaths, like we're not like a national cemetery. But this year our goal is to raise money, raise enough for 75 wreaths. And we're also going to be expanding a little bit by laying wreaths at the memorials around town. and around the other towns my chapter represents. I want to thank you. I've already talked to Jen, who is very impressive, and she helped me figure out how we could apply for a sign board, so we'll have this sign already. That's I'm taken care of. And I also want to thank you for our police support, because I know Pat Feichter worked on that. Couple of small things I'd like to ask of you. Would you be willing to put a note on the village calendar for our event? We didn't do that before, and I would love it if we could be on the village calendar and also in the village newsletter. So
We can take care of newsletter, the calendar, we can do it on our electronic sign, correct? Can get
we have that on,
We
yes,
got,
we
now,
do.
what do you mean our calendar? You lost
Well,
me.
when you go to the village website, events are listed,
Oh,
and I would love it.
we can
if
take care of that.
If we could do that.
Sure.
I could talk to Jen about
Yes,
that.
Jen will take care of all
Okay,
that.
wonderful. Then I want to tell you a couple things we're working on at the cemetery. There are 2 unknown veterans buried in our cemetery, and 1 veteran who was buried and his family never purchased a marker for him. We can get these through the VA, and so my chapter is working on doing that, and we hope to have that finished sometime in 2022. Then I brought some fun things. So I want to show you, this is American Spirit magazine. It's published by the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Wonderful magazine. There's always interesting information about historic places around the country. And they did a big article in this month's issue on cemeteries where Revolutionary War veterans are buried. And Elk Grove is one of the cemeteries they listed. So I will send you a copy
Yes,
of that.
please.
But we were pretty excited. We didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, and think about how big Cook County is, how many people live in Cook County, and we're the only cemetery with not only 1, but we have 2.
Yes.
That shocked me. I
Shocking.
thought for sure. So that's quite an honor. We took it for granted. I mean,
Yeah.
all my life I've driven by there and didn't think much about it, but it's really special.
Those 2 fellas were amazing men. I mean, they both lived well into their, I think, one late 80s, another one in his 90s. So those were very strong people.
It's impressive.
So.
Thank you.
So that's pretty cool. And then, so I have lapel buttons, and there isn't an elegant way to do this, but you can pass them out. And they have, this year's theme for Wreaths Across America is living up to their legacy. And I love that, because that's what we're about. We're about remembering what veterans have done for us and the legacy that they left behind. And then I have a few window clings. So these would look lovely on the front doors of the village.
Oh, thank you.
So
Yes.
I've got 4 of those. So we'll probably come back next month. I'll bring Mary. You remember Mary?
Yes.
And she's doing research.
She's like the historian.
She's kind of our historian. Yes, she is. She's our chapter registrar.
Well, we're
So we will
behind you
come
100%.
back. Thank you.
I'll definitely be there on the 18th. I'm
Yes.
sure many other trustees will be there too. Our chief is a veteran himself.
Yes.
He's in the Air Force, and so we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate
And
bringing.
these are for you.
Yeah, I'll pass. Thank you. We appreciate you highlighting our cemetery. People don't realize what a historical site that place is, and so we're excited about it. We're with you, and we'll find ways to help you any way we can.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. There you go. Chocolate for everyone tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. We'll be talking to you. Thank you. No. Chuck is still bleeding over there when I put his on. So we got him covered. Okay, with that said, I move on to trustees report. Why don't we start with trustee Schmidt?
Yes, I did not make the last board meeting, so I just want to say that I was at a JAWA meeting on August 25th, and it was a very interesting meeting. It was the day after we had a major storm go through the Chicagoland area, and they showed us 2 huge generators, that they have backup generators that JAWA now has, and JAWA is the organization that supplies water to us from Lake Michigan. And they actually activate these generators whenever there's a major storm coming through, so that in the event they have a power outage at the pumping station, which is just on the east side of O'Hare Field, that we do not have a interruption in our water supply. And JAWA has been around since 1985. They serve 7 communities: Elk Grove Village, Hanover Park, Hoffman Estates, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, and Streamwood. And they pump about, this is unbelievable, they pump about 30 million gallons of water a day. That equates to about 10 billion gallons a year. Next time you go down to the lakefront, if you go down there to Navy Pier, if you look out into Lake Michigan, you see 2 pumping stations about 2 miles out. That's where our water starts. It comes to the filtration plant just north of Navy Pier, and then by pipe out to O'Hare Field where it's checked for make sure it's clean water. And I can tell you that we have some of the cleanest water, probably in the United States, if not the world here. So, and there's a very dedicated group of 13 people that make sure that we have uninterrupted water supply. So that was very interesting. Also, on Wednesday, September 15th, I had the honor to introduce Chief Walsh, our new 4-star chief. He gave a presentation at an enclave called Public-Private Thinking Partnership for Needs Identification, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship in Public Safety. And he did a very good job. I sat through the presentation, and I watched the audience that he was talking with, and they were very enthralled with his presentation, very interested. He kept them on the edge of their seats, and he did a very good job. So a good job to our new 4-star chief, Chief Walsh. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Schmidt. We talk about that water.
Yeah.
One of the reasons Microsoft chose to build that big data complex in Oak Grove is because of water. They will need in the summertime on days in mid-80s over 1 million gallons of water a day to cool the facility. And when I was talking to Lance, the gentleman from Microsoft putting together, he was looking at another location in Tucson, Arizona, and that was the downfall. No water.
Yeah, no water.
And so we sometimes take it for granted.
We do.
Many of us that lived in Oak Grove back in the 70s, 80s, we had a water shortage.
Yes, we did.
Remember, we had days ration on off?
Yes, we
You were an
did.
officer back then, had a patrol.
We had to give out tickets actually
Yep.
for people who watered illegally. If you put new sod down, you had to get a permit from the village. I remember those days.
And it's tough because we truly were running out of water.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we were in trouble back then.
Yes.
I remember Mayor Zedek, who was mayor at the time, talking to my dad one day. I was just a kid around and saying, "Hey, George," my dad, he said to my dad, "Hey, George, we really are having water. We truly could have a water problem, no water."
One thing too is they always have in reserve at least 30 million gallons of water. So if there is a problem and the pumps go down or something, we will still have water for at least a day.
And
Yes.
we still have our pumps
Yes.
backup. So we have water that we can turn on. That's why people say, "Why do you have the pumps?" We have them for 2 reasons. One, our water towers help with pressure, balance out pressure. And 2, we can pull water up if we need it.
Right.
So, and we've had that now, since the 80s, so 40 years. And thank God we haven't had to use it, but
Right.
we need it once. We'll appreciate we have it. So, but thank you on that. This
Yes.
is interesting. Thanks. Trustee Prochnow.
Thank you. I'd like to begin by introducing our village photographer, Emil Schiavo, and who does a wonderful job doing all our photography. But I was reading the Daily Herald the other day, and I was looking at, I believe it was the September photo contest winners, and Mr. Emil had a lovely picture of was it a hummingbird? And it's still motion, caught the wings not fluttering, which is almost impossible to do, and it was just a beautiful picture. So we don't appreciate you enough. You did a great job.
Good job, Emo.
On Saturday, September 25th, I had the opportunity to visit the Elk Grove Food Pantry at the Elk Grove Presbyterian Church on Elk Grove Boulevard in Tunney. They have renovated their food pantry similar to the township food pantry that had just redeveloped where they have the grocery shopping technique rather than being handed bags of groceries. The clients are able to take a cart, go around the facility, and select the foods that they would like to take home with them. So it's a much better process. It's on a way smaller scale than the township pantry, but they did add a refrigerator and a freezer, so they have some frozen meats and goods, and they have some dairy products, butter and milk and things that they can pass out, which they didn't have the ability to do before. As always, they are always accepting donations. Some of the frequently needed items are spaghetti sauce, canned tomato products, pancake mix, cereal, fruit cups, baked beans, paper products, Kleenex, toilet paper, paper towels, personal hygiene, shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, toothpaste, and toothbrushes, These items cannot be purchased with their SNAP card, food stamps. So seldom needed items, please do not, if you would like to donate any pasta or beans. I don't know where the beans came from, but. And in addition, they upstairs from the church, on the second floor, they've created a clothing closet. They're also helping the clients out if they need some help with their clothing. You can donate new or very gently used clothing, coats, buy some new socks, new underwear, whatever. Any donations would be greatly accepted and appreciated. And a monetary donation is always welcome. Last but not least, Farmers Market is still going on every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. right outside here in our village parking lot. We will be having the Farmers Market. The last day will be Saturday, October 16th. Each week there's a special event, and the special event for this week is Build a Scarecrow, being sponsored by the Garden Club. For $10, you can come and get all the fixins to build your own scarecrow the way you like it. So I wish they were selling them. I don't have the initiative to make one, but I'd love to buy one. But anyway, it's a great family event, and as always, our produce marketers are still there, some special items, and it's just a nice place to go and socialize. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Proctor. Trustee Listener.
No report.
Trustee Jeffrey Charles Frankie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A week and a half ago, we held the Village Oktoberfest and started off really nice for about a half hour on Friday until it downpoured, and we had to put everybody in the tents because of lightning. But after that, people were able to come out and enjoy. It was a little mucky, but we had a decent night. But Saturday was the best night we've ever had. I think it's got something to do with the parade leading people in. But we had a lot of families come from the parade, and they stayed for hours. And just I think our sales were double of what it was in 2019. So. It was a phenomenal event, but I have to thank the people. He jokes and says it's my fest, but it's the employees did this. We have the best employees ever. And Brian and Caroline, you know what you did. It was a phenomenal job. But all our employees that volunteered, it would not have went off if it wasn't for you guys. So, we get the glory sometimes of this and that, but it's all because of what you guys did. It was great from every level of the village. I can't thank you all enough. It was a phenomenal event, and we look forward to having a bigger one next year. Not too much bigger, though.
And the fireworks were awesome.
See, we're going to throw that in there. I knew that. Because who doesn't have fireworks at Oktoberfest? But we do now. So, again, thank you to all the employees making it work. So thank you.
Well, and I gotta say, watching the parade and all that, and how responsive and quick the Chiefs, Kobe, Ray, I'll tell you something. We've seen our employees, we talk about it all the time, we've seen them so many different events going on, whether it's our concerts, whether it's Oktoberfest, all the things. Yeah, when we did the COVID shots, remember we went through the things on COVID shots, all that. Our employees are phenomenal, and you should all make sure you keep reminding them that, what a job they do. And the compliments we get from people all the time is beyond belief. Kobe, your guys making sure we had hay because of water on that one grass area there. And it just, and again, let you guys know, all of you, all the time, they do a great job, Froco. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Truly is a team effort, and we greatly appreciate the recognition. Thank you. We're very grateful for all that we are able to do for the community, and truly appreciate your recognizing that this evening.
Thank you. Last and not least, and anyone in the audience, do me a favor, pay a little close attention to Trustee Zarnick's report tonight. Yeah, nice try. So, Trustee Zarnick, the floor is all yours.
Short and sweet. Next month, I'm going to be hitting a milestone birthday, 21 again, and again, and again. But I've had 32 years of serving this village. It's time to step back and devote my time to my family and to enjoy traveling without time constraints. It's been my highest honor and deepest privilege to have served this exceptional community, to work with all these marvelous boards, personnel, managers, chiefs, administration, public works, fire, police, everyone. As they said, this makes our job easier. Doesn't make this time for me to say so long any easier, but it's time. Time to get some new ideas and new blood. So my last meeting will be November 16th. Thank you all for letting me do this. Thank you.
If I may, Nancy talked to me a little while ago about her thoughts, her process, and all that. And, you know, it's never easy giving up something that you love so much and care about and put so much into. The 32 years, the time she gave, basically gave to the community that she took away from her family, and time away from things she may want to do, or work, when you're working and all that. It's not easy. And, you know, us that are involved in this, we know it firsthand. Unfortunately, people that are not involved don't realize the sacrifice you make. It's not just the time you see us on TV or at board meetings. We walk into Jewel, we walk into McDonald's, anywhere we go, people will talk to you, they'll approach you. So, I mean, we truly, elected officials, are on the clock 24/7. You know, there's times we get calls middle of the night from the police or some other issues going on. So we truly are on 24/7, and our families give up so much so that we can have the ability to do what we do. So 32 years is an amazing number. And Nancy, think about it, 8 elections, never losing one election. I think you're probably top vote getter every election. And that's really accolades to yourself, and means a lot. And what you've done from Elk Grove will never be forgotten. You've left your touch everywhere, and we're going to be talking more. Obviously, November will be your last meeting, and so. But I'd like to just tonight, first off, say thank you. We all learned a lot. I've learned a lot from you, and you know, think about Jim not long ago and yourself. That's 72 years of experience that we've lost in this village in the past couple of years, and that's a lot of time. So, you know, but again, thank you on behalf of this community for everything you've done. And I know people are saying, well, what happens now, Mayor? There's not an election going on. Well, how the process works is when Nancy steps down, her term would have ran out in April. Actually, we change in May, but the election is April of 23. So it's about a year and a half. And so how the process works with village governments, not just Elk Grove, anywhere, is the mayor will nominate someone, and the board will either vote to concur or they can vote not to. This happened to us once before. What year, 2007?
Mm-hmm.
In 2007, Trustee Bart Dill, my dear friend and all that, stepped down health reasons. Bart has since passed away, but stepped down health reasons. And we had to make a appointment, and it's Trustee Frankie came on, finished up that current term, and has been reelected every time since then. And same thing's going to happen this time. And to me, it's probably one of the most difficult decisions to make as mayor, because you can't have an election right away. So the person I nominate, and it's a tough decision for the board members, the person I nominate and they would need to approve or not approve is basically speaking on behalf of 33,800 residents. That's what we're doing. And the person we would appoint will serve until the election in April of 2023, about 18 months from now. And so, or from November, because the person we appointed in November. So Nancy talked to me a little while ago, and so I've been thinking, I know a lot of people, meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, and I thought of someone. And I know people say, well, you know, Mayor, open it up. Let everyone come in and want to do it. You know, maybe we have 500 people apply and all that stuff. Well, I know a lot of people. And when you go through that process, all you're going to do is piss off 499 people because you didn't take them and stuff. And, you know, they get a false sense of, oh, if the mayor interviewed me or talked to me or the board of trustees met him, talked to him, oh, that means I must be getting it and all that. And I did open it up. When I selected Trustee Frankie, when Trustee Dill was stepping down, we did open it up. And we had some of the nightmares we did not want to have. Some of the embarrassment we did not want to have. Had it right here at a board meeting. I won't relive it, but anyone around knows what happened. I did not want to put that to the village through it again. And I know, talking to Trustee Zarnik, who's been around and seen it, all the previous mayors before me would just bring someone to the board. They didn't have an open process, mail-in applicant, didn't do it. I was the first one to do it. As Nancy pointed out to me very strongly in the past, he was not really in agreement when I did do that, and thought, and sure enough, she was right. What you don't want to see did happen, unfortunately. So this time I'm older, a little wiser, and so tonight I am prepared to announce and introduce the person that will be presenting to the board in November, and we'll be looking for the board's concurrence at the November meeting. And it's someone that's not a stranger to Elk Grove. And before I say more, I want to introduce, have her come down, Tammy Miller here from Elk Grove. Tammy. Tammy, you can take your mask if you want to. If you don't want to, it's your decision. Tammy, most of you probably remember her from the Park District. She worked with the Park District for almost 20 years, many capacities, whether it's from the Farm Museum up to Leisure Services, all the way through. But many of you may know Tammy other ways too. She volunteers in an unbelievable amount of different projects. She's still part of Community Character Coalition. She's very involved in her church, Prince of Peace Church, but she's worked in many different aspects over the years. So to say that she's not been involved in the community would not be right one iota. She's been very involved in this community. It's very impressive. She's got government knowledge, working for the Park District. She understands budgets, understands how the process works, understands working with the public, addressing public's concerns, understanding the needs of balancing between what's good for the government and the community, what's good for the individual seeking help and assistance. That's not something you know. You're not inherently born with that. It's something you do develop and learn over years. So as I was looking around and talking, I talked to a lot of people. That is something that was really a glowing aspect with Tammy on that, that she had that ability. And again, that experience and that understanding. And that means a lot, means a lot. A little bit about Tammy. Her husband Clark is sitting back there right now. They raise their children here. One boy, I think, went to school at TR all the way through and stuff. So been here for 21 years. So they're by no means newcomers to the village. Been here, raised a family. And she has stepped away from the Park District a couple years ago. So, you know, a little more time availability for her too, which helps when you're an elected official because it is very time consuming. But everyone, as I talked to them, they had no clue why I was talking. Why I was asking, hey, do you know Tammy Miller by chance? Hey, you ever work with Tammy? They had no clue what I was asking about. And I wanted that because I wanted to get their honest, fresh opinion. And trust me, when people talk to the mayor, you get their honest, fresh opinion. I hear it all the time. And I've never heard so much glowing reviews, so much praise and respect for someone than I did when I was asking people about her. And that includes people from the Park District, from elected officials to staff to, I mean, I really did a homework. And as I talked to the board about this, and, you know, We talked a bit because it is personnel issue and stuff, so we did talk about all that a little bit. I heard the same thing from them, the exact same thing. So I have no hesitation in nominating her. The board obviously will make their final decision, but I feel they feel pretty comfortable with it. But I thought it was important, so people aren't hanging out there, well, what are you gonna do, Mayor? Or grabbing every trustee's ear for the next month. What are you gonna do? Hey, what about that? We thought it was important, if we found the perfect person, I felt it was important to bring that person up right away and let the people know where it's going. Plus, it gives her 6-7 weeks to get acclimated to the job she's gonna be doing. She'll be meeting with staff. The board gave permission to meet with fire department, police department, public works, finance, engineering, all different departments over time, and start embracing what's going on, understand what's happening, follow, check the budget, see all that, because she may not realize this, but come November 16th, if she's approved by the board, that day she starts working, and things don't slow down. They just pick up. Matter of fact, our budget process starts in January. So, I mean, it goes quickly. So I thought it was important to give her a chance to get caught up what's going on, understand what's going on, get comfortable with things. Now, luckily, she knows a lot of people because at the park, she intermingled and worked on agreements and all that with the village, so that's a big advantage, but there's still a lot she doesn't know. So that's why I'm doing it tonight. If anyone's upset with the process, they blame me. I did it. It was my decision, and I'm more than happy to hear from you. And I'll explain exactly what I explained now. I'll explain to you again. But I look out for what I always feel is in the best interest of Elk Grove Village. That's my number one priority every day I wake up. It's my number one priority every night when I go to bed, is what's best for this community. And I'll stand on my record in front of anyone. So that's why it's happening. I give the board thank you for understanding where I'm coming from. People don't realize I do listen when Nancy talked very strongly about what process we should go through, and I was talking to Nancy obviously because she let me know, and her seat, all that, and she's been very influential for me for 25 years ago when I first became mayor to this very day, and I appreciate the advice, and I do listen sometimes, believe it or not. So with that said, I'll stop talking, and I'll let Tammy come up and introduce herself to the community as a nomination for trustee in the village. Tammy?
First of all, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, the Board of Trustees. And I do feel like I know you in the past work that I had at the Park District, and every one of our encounters that I've had was very positive. So that was a very big plus when the mayor had called and asked me if I would be interested. So with that, I want to say, first of all, Nancy, I have respected you from the day one, and I know that those shoes will be hard to fill. We talk about big shoes around here, I guess, but your shoes will be hard to fill, but I will do my best to fill the vacancy of your position. I am humbled and honored to be nominated, and I hope that I can do my very, very best to continue to make this village exceptional, because I truly feel it is. I love this community. Our family moved here in 2000, and Clark and I researched where is the best community to live. We researched not only the village, but the school districts, the low crime. We were excited because this is where we raised our children, and I'm just very, very fortunate to serve you, and I'll do my very best. My goal is to listen, is to be objective, and to be a part of a great team, and I thank you. Oh, and I love chocolate.
Once you're a trustee, you don't get them as much. Clark, make sure she shares it. So, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And we've got, for the press here, we've got a bio on both Nancy and Tammy, so I'll make sure I give you a copy of that before you leave. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we move on now to the accounts payable warrant of September 28th, 2021.
I move we approve the accounts payable warrant in the amount of September 28th, 2021, in the amount of $670,783.11.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Zarnik, second by trustee Lister. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. I should have mentioned, because normally I highlight that, the village attorney's pay is in the account payable. Mr. Payne, it's 11 cents this month, so you're good to go. But yeah, we have Bill Payne down there. I know it says Jordan Knickerbocker, but Mr. Payne is filling in tonight for Mr. Knickerbocker. Does a phenomenal job, does an unbelievable job. I mean, an outstanding job. And we cannot thank him enough. They actually have a qualified, top-notch village attorney here representing. Do you agree, Trustee Schmidt?
I agree 100%.
Okay, so, Mr. Payne, we thank you. It's refreshing to see such leadership in that position, and we can't thank you enough. Okay, we move on now to the consent agenda. Tonight we have items A as in Albert through F as in, I don't know, I was going to say Albert. That's on Apple, so it came out whatever it was.
Yeah, that's
To
a new
F as
word.
in Frankie.
How's she gonna
There
put
we
that
go.
down?
Well,
Good luck on that, Jen. My intention was Apple or Albert, either one. So A through F, can I have a motion?
so moved.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Frankie, second by trustee Lister. Without objection, court vote is 3-0. Remember, that's only item A through F. That was a quick one. No items on the regular agenda. Mr. Romo, Plan Commission.
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees. There are no items under the Plan Commission this evening, but there is, however, one item under the Zoning Board of Appeals. The resident at 501 Wellington has an old 6-foot-high wooden fence that was damaged in a storm in August. Came into the Village Hall to secure a permit to replace that fence with a 6-foot-tall white vinyl fence, and found out that the rules had changed since he last put up his fence, and he required a zoning variation. The Zoning Board of Appeals held a hearing and accepted testimony on replacing the fence, and they provided the village board with a recommendation and a finding of fact by a vote of 5-0 unanimous to recommend that the village board do grant a variation to allow the new fence at 501 Wellington. And I do know that the petitioner is here this evening, should you have any questions of him. And if you find it appropriate, a motion to have the village attorney to prepare the necessary documents would be in order.
Does Mr. Romo look sharp tonight?
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm serious. Look at that. Did you shoot him?
You could
Look
use a
good.
little flower to.
Little lapel? Yeah, he looks
I
good.
think he always looks good.
Look sharp, trustee, Mr. Romo. I don't see you standing up when you're here, no, you're sitting, so, look good. Okay, petitioner is here tonight. Any questions, comments, any concerns? Okay,
No, I just wanted to say thank you. I live on Leeds Lane, right down the street from you, and I walk past your house every day, and I see the condition of the fence, and I really appreciate the fact that you're improving your property. So thank you.
okay, I need a motion, have attorney,
Pardon me?
Excuse me, it's all about the exceptional community we decided.
thank you. I need a motion to have attorney prepare his necessary documents.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Lister. I'm gonna give it to trustee Zarnik the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, records approval. Sir, you're all set. It will formally be adopted the second, or the first meeting of October. You do not need to return. It was unanimously approved by the Plan Commission, or Zoning Board, unanimously approved by this board. You can actually start to work whenever you want to now. Even though it's not adopted, Ms. Pye, Ms. Pye's department has got our permission to go ahead and issue a permit now to get working. I know the weather's changed and all the rest, but as trustee Proctor said, we appreciate you reinvesting back in Elk Grove. We appreciate you going through the process. We appreciate you and want to be part of the community. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. We wish you the best with the project. Thank you. I'm sorry, a long meeting tonight too. I apologize. Okay, move on now to Youth Committee. Mr. Romo? Nice job. Good look good. I like that. Youth Committee, trustee Frankie.
You get another star. Yes, that's me. We have our last event for the Youth Committee coming up this actual Saturday, the 2nd. It's our teen bonfire. It'll be over at Lions Park. And it's from 7 to 9 p.m. And if the weather's bad, please check the Elk Grove Parks website or call customer service at the Park District at 437-9494. This is for kids 11 to 16. They don't get a chance to have their own kind of homecoming, so we do this every year. The fire department will be there to keep an eye on things so we don't burn the field down. But we weren't able to have it last year, so hopefully the crowd will be big, just like everything else that's going on now. So we look forward to good weather and the kids having a good time. Again, it's our last event for this year. That's all I have.
Thank you. It's a little disappointing here. Rachel Maddow show, they got up there, Biden cancels trip to Chicago over budget issues. It should be canceled trip to Elk Grove Village over budget. I want to make sure you write a letter, Mr. Rummel, to Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
So we'll get it done. Okay, Business Leaders Forum, Trustee Listener.
Thank you. I just want to mention that registration is now open for the 8th annual Made in Elk Grove Manufacturing Expo that is being held on October 11th at Elk Grove High School. The expo hours are 1 to 4:30 p.m. For more details, go to www.madeinelkgroveexpo.com or call Josh Grosden at 847-345-6401. That concludes my, well, I do have one other thing. I just want to mention that in the September newsletter that's out now, there's a very nice informative article on Enclave. It talks about its 4 years of success, and it's growing every year. And if you haven't read it, please pick it up and take a look at it. And that concludes my report.
And if you come to the Manufacturing Expo, company, whatever, you get to meet Jackie Joyner Kersey, who will be the guest speaker and also do a meet and greet afterwards. So it'll be an exciting time for everything.
Thank you for adding that.
Okay, Cable Television Committee, Trustee Listener.
No report.
Health and Community Services, Trustee Zarnik.
Thank you. The respite program, as we talked about before, Caring Place is up and running again. It's only on Mondays and Thursdays from 9:30 till noon. So you can call 847-437-2666 for information. Our next blood drive is Saturday, November 13th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., lower level of this Charles J. Zedek Municipal Building. One unit can help up to 3 people, so please come and donate. That can really help. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Information Committee, Trustee Listener.
Thank you again. I want to remind everyone that the next Neighborhood Watch meeting will be this Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. in Room E in the Village Hall. If you wish to register, you have to call tomorrow. This is the last day. Call 847-357-4151. It looks like it'll be a very informative meeting. And that, one more thing. This one's hard to mention. I hate to say this, but the fall leaf collection begins on October 4th, which is scary because it means winter is right around the corner. So please see the village website or the September Village newsletter for big pickup dates for your neighborhood. And that concludes my report.
I'm glad this year held off till October because these aren't even changing it. It's like summer still out there. I mean, this is
2 more weeks.
Yeah, it's late. I mean, it's real late this year.
Still 80 degrees this week.
Yeah, the locusts are just about the only thing training. We don't have the elm anymore. They used to turn yellow pretty quick, but
Oh, the
yeah.
locust.
So, yeah, so, okay, move on now, Recycling Waste Committee, Trustee Feichter's not here. Anybody have a report for him?
I do, just a little bit.
Oh,
Just a little report.
please.
Just reminding everybody that Groot Industries residential waste hauler contract begins November 1st. The transition information is in the recent Elk Grove newsletter. You can also go to elkgrove.org to our website. I've been asked a lot of questions. People seem still, even though we've had this information out, the 3 most questions asked to me are, what about the waste sticker exchange? And residents can use their old waste management stickers until December 15th. In addition, the village is offering a sticker exchange program from September 20th to 28th. You can go to Village Hall, at the finance counter, the police department, the Jewel Osco, or the Elk Grove Farmers Market until they close and exchange those waste stickers. There also is a question about the senior discount. Elk Grove residents in 65 and older in single family or townhomes who pay their bills directly to Groot are eligible for a senior discount of 10%. You need to register for these discounts beginning in early October. Details on how to register will be included in the Groot brochure mailed in early October. And the most question that asked me, people have seen the samples that we put out when they're choosing the size container, and they say, how will we know the difference between the regular garbage waste hauler and which is for recycling? And it does say in our newsletter, the new carts will be green with a black lid for trash and green with a tan lid for recycling. So it's all in the newsletter. Check it out. Everybody got one.
Just like now with Waste Management, it's green with a green top for garbage, green with a yellow top
Correct.
for recycling.
So that just a reminder, it's coming, and be prepared, and I think it'll be a smooth transition. And that concludes the report.
And just so people know, if you exchange your yard waste stickers and you get the new Groot one, you cannot use the Groot stickers until November 1st.
Good point.
So do not use Groot stickers if you get them on your waste on the yard waste until November 1st, day after Halloween, because they do not honor them. Waste Management will not honor them. The reason I know, I exchanged mine in, and I got a big sticker notice on my envelope. Do not use them, Mayor, till November 1st.
And also just remember, on the last week for your last pickup, once their garbage has been picked up, please leave the cans at the end of the driveway.
Right, starting October 31st, leave your garbage, or the last week before that, so the 24th, if you got Monday morning pickup, all the way to the end, leave it out there. Waste Management will come by at some point, depending on weather, other things going on. So
Correct.
They may sit out for a week or 2 weeks. Don't bring them back up. They will get them. They want them because it's worth money to them. They reuse them. Very good. Thank you, Trustee Prochnow.
You're welcome.
Parade Committee, Trustee Zarnik.
This is going to be long. I got a lot of people to thank. The hometown parade took place on Saturday, September 18th, and I believe it was a marvelous event for all who participated. We had the most units we've ever had gathered, thanks to the Shriners who added their groups. My favorite theme reflected a host of ideas, and the float awards will be announced at our next board meeting. I think the treats passed out, including the beach balls, were a real hit. Community Character Coalition were the grand marshals of the parade, and I thank you for all you do for our community. We want to thank and acknowledge our sponsors who helped make our hometown parade special. A&H Plumbing and Heating, Arctronic Incorporated, Chicago Offset, Cozini LLC, DUMAC, GOA Regional Business Association, Grove Memorial Chapel, Jerry Castle and Son High Lift Incorporated, and St. Julian Emer Church. And I want to acknowledge the hard work of the people who make the parade the success it is. First, the parade committee, many who have been doing this for so many years. Our chair is Steve Sentowski. Fred Ganowski, Marilyn Koss, Ellen Peacock, Ron Pizek, Jennifer Rupert, Beth and David Valerio. Our right hands, village staff. First and foremost, Leslie Sass, our contact person, coordinator, and go-to person. Nick Radcliffe, that he will be taking over Leslie's position next year. Brian Misiak and all the Public Works crew. Randy Schumacher, in charge of traffic control, and our police CERT volunteers. They make sure everyone is safe on the parade route. Channel 6 and our announcer, Angie Catania. Just a reminder now, you can watch all the parade on Channel 6 and relive that time. Thank you all so much. Our next parade meeting will be Monday, October 4th at 5:30 p.m. in the lower level of the Charles Zedek Municipal Building. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Personnel Committee, Trustee Jeffrey Charles Flanky.
No report.
Judiciary Planning and Zoning Committee, Trustee Prochnow.
No report.
Capital Improvements Committee, Trustee Zarnik.
No report.
Your report update, no report. Our next SOC meeting will be Tuesday, October 12th. Midsummer Concert Classic Series update. We are working on our lineup for next year. We're getting close. I think we've got 2 pretty much locked in. Last 2, we're getting there. So hang in there. It should be pretty soon, earlier than usual this year. Special Events Committee, next event, tree lighting. Paul Revere's Raiders will be there. That will be the Friday after Thanksgiving. 4:30 the concert starts, 5:30 the lighting part goes, fireworks, Santa, great time for everyone. Back with hot chocolate and cookies and everything is normal. So we're getting back to normal, folks, and we're excited about that. Liquor Commission, no report. Report from our village manager, Mr. Rummel. Wow, he wants to show off that suit again. Yeah, I know. We got it. Okay, look, he's got it all buttoned up. Look at our shirt. Look, he's smiling. Look at that.
Trustee Zarnik, Nancy, I just wanted to say a few words on behalf of staff about your surprise announcement this evening. First, I wanted to thank you for the 32 years of volunteer service that you've given to Elk Grove Village. On a personal level, I want to say it's my honor and privilege to have worked with you over the past 3.5 decades. You and I pretty much started together at the same time. And I want to next wish you nothing but the best with your retirement. Congratulations. I know you're going to do wonderful things with your family. And I also want to say you have big shoes to fill. We will miss you dearly. And future Trustee Miller, congratulations on the job. We're looking forward to orienting you as you move in to fill those big shoes. So that was it this evening.
That's why he's dressed so handsome. For you,
For me.
Nancy. All for you. Wow. Wow. Hopefully Colleen's not watching, but we won't touch
we
that.
won't
We
tell
won't,
her.
I won't touch that. Okay. Report from Village Clerk, Jen.
No report.
Wow, that's very good. Mr. Payne, can you do me a favor? Can you look under and see if there's anything underneath you?
I don't see anything.
Okay, so there's nothing on the village attorney, all complete. Any new business items tonight before we go out to the audience?
Just so people realize that her feet aren't really that big, because I'm looking at them here, so, I mean, she has a lot of things that people need to try to fill in for her, but her feet are nice and petite.
You know, Tammy, it's not too late. Okay, public comment. I know we have folks from the soon-to-be Elk Grove Village Concert Band that want to talk to us. Did you get your questions answered? I know Mr. Rummel, did you answer?
I think she had a few more questions.
Oh, sure, by all means, come on down. You know, actually, if you want to go to the other dais, if you want to take your mask off there, that way you have some distancing. If you want to keep your mask on, you're free to do that, but if you want to take it off, you're more than welcome. Sometimes makes it easier to hear and understand. Judy, you may want to pull the mic down a little bit too for you. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Judy Cittadino, and I am president of the Elk Grove Village Concert Band. We did officially adopt Elk Grove Village Concert Band as our name now. So we are invested in the community here. We have changed our website over and also our Facebook page too, so we are definitely in it.
Thank you.
So I want you to know that. With me tonight is our treasurer, Mark Hastings, and our marketing manager, Alan Goldstein. And we've all been very, very hard at work to try to find a location here in Elk Grove Village to rehearse, and a place that would be adequate enough to store our quite large collection of percussion equipment. We've been to the Park District. We're still talking with them. I've been to District 214. I've been to the township. The big problem is storing our percussion equipment. No one wants the liability for it. And I can understand that, but because we can't find a place that has no storage, we are not able to actually move here. We want to move here.
Julie, let me ask you.
Yes.
Why, explain what a percussion instrument is, so people
Okay.
watching.
Percussion instruments are very, very important. They're the loudest. They consist of drums, timpanis, gongs, mallets, xylophones, tambourine, all the little toys, bells and whistles that you hear in orchestras and bands. Very, very important to have, and we are very fortunate to have such a wonderful collection. We were formerly with Mount Prospect Band, and we were with them a long time. And even though that band was 40 years old at the time that we began our band, they had maybe a third of what we have.
So, well, I understand. We have a new trustee coming on that has some connections with Park District, so I'm sure we're gonna lean on them, on her to work with them. And we're gonna look at some other options that we may have available for you. So, we're gonna put our best efforts, because we saw you in the parade, it was great to have you in the parade, and appreciate that. So, we are gonna work too, so give us some time to find you a location. I know you're working hard, and we appreciate your effort. We do appreciate it. We do love the idea of having Elk Grove Village Concert Band.
Good.
We love that. So we'll be working with you. Mr. Rowan will be in contact with you. We're going to work, it's our mission, find you a place, get all that taken care of. So be
Great.
patient. We'll work with you on that.
All right, that's good to know. We are working really hard. We do want to move.
Okay. So we're going to do that. And then you had a couple other questions?
Yes, how do we, or whom do we talk with to schedule performances? Because from what I could gather from this evening, you're already booking into summer, and we would really like to be able to present a summer concert series.
Well, the concert series I'm talking about, no offense, is completely different than your folks' concerts.
Okay.
So, not that you don't, it's just a different genre.
I
You know that.
understand.
But we will talk to you about that as far as that goes, and maybe getting a point person to help you on that. Actually, again, new trustee Miller has tentacles into the Park District. They've got a gazebo where they do events and all that. So we'll be reaching out and trying to find events like that for you also.
Great.
And as we talked about before, we'll be talking about Memorial Day event coming up and all that. So we'll be working to help in that. And same thing with getting notoriety for you. When everything gets set and going, we'll get you in the newsletter. So
Good.
that goes out to every business in Elk Grove. Every resident will get you up on the electronic sign announcing the Elk Grove Village Concert Band. So we'll be working very hard to get it out known to the public that Elk Grove does have its own Elk Grove Community Band. So we're excited about that.
Great, we are too, and it can't happen soon enough.
And we trust me, we want you out there performing also. Because when you're out performing, you're showcasing Elk Grove Village and giving us a lot of pride out there. So
Thank
we'll be
you.
working on that.
Okay. We'll
Okay?
keep working too.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Okay.
Did you guys want to say anything?
You want to say anything, or? Okay, we'll be working, we'll keep in touch with you. Here,
Thank
before
you.
go, let me,
Thank you.
Make sure I give you some. Tammy Miller took all those, so I gotta give you it now. Luckily, I have some more here.
I'll just take all this.
There you go, for you.
Thank you.
Get you the sugar and you, make sure you play your instruments good. There you go. My friend, there you go, too.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
You are welcome to come to our rehearsals.
I'll keep that in mind. Let me
Yeah.
know.
Should I say something about that?
Yeah, we'll talk to my staff and give them the dates and times,
Okay.
and I'll come by one time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then
Thank
you know who
you.
we are.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see you. Thank you. Okay, does anybody else wish to address? Helen, how are we doing tonight? All right. Yeah? Everything going good? Aren't they impressive? They're impressive. I mean, you think what we have here in Elk Grove, from the park to the library to the senior center, I mean, it's amazing. If you can't find something to do in Elk Grove, you're not looking. Yes, 4 weeks from today. We'll be ready for you. And I know, chocolates, not pens, not pencils, just, I know, we got you covered. And Jen will probably come with me again, so we'll make sure you got you covered. Thank you. Anything else going on, folks? Mr. Chavo, how you doing, buddy?
Filling in.
Very good, very good. Okay, anything else from anybody? If not, Nancy, we still got more, so I'm not gonna do anything special yet. We still got more meetings coming up. We'll work on that. And, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Zarnik, second by trustee Frankie. Jen, will you call the roll, please?
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Yes.
Motion adjourned, passes 5-0. Folks, it's gonna be October soon, fall's coming. Enjoy, have a good night, meeting adjourned.